Hello, everyone, and welcome to a special show. I have my good friend here with me, Cheryl Brooks. And Cheryl, welcome to you.
Thank you.
You know, it's been a year since we last did a special show on Therapups and on what you offer to the Lighthouse Adult Daycare Center. So we want to get back together and share with you a little bit more and share with you about a special story about a family member of yours who had Alzheimer's. First of all, though, for people who don't know you, tell us about yourself, about your husband, about your family.
Okay, we've lived in Dublin 10 years now. We opened a business here, Brooks Contractor Supply, and when we moved here, I decided I would share my therapy dogs with Dublin because I had done that when we moved here from Macon, and I've been involved with therapy dogs for almost 16 years now. And I'm on my second set of dogs, actually third set because I've got a puppy now that I'm training. And it's just something I do. I take the dogs around to the assisted living and nursing homes and schools and to the Lighthouse, and just take them. And I have a group of people that go with me sometimes. Sometimes I go by myself, and it's just a nice program to take a dog to visit somebody that enjoys dogs.
Yeah, and pet therapy is a wonderful thing. It hasn't been, I guess, really noted as a type of therapy until just recently, even though pets in someone's life has been a good therapy, well, I'm sure since the origin. We've always had pets, but you started the program here in Dublin, really. You got it off the ground here. Now, you had served people throughout the Macon community while y'all were there.
Yeah.
And you really had a passion for it, and so you moved here and started the Therapups, and you always want more people to be involved, don't you, Cheryl?
I do, and if anybody's interested, you don't have to have a dog. You can use one of ours, or if you do have a dog that you'd like for me to test, I'm a tester observer for the Alliance of Therapy Dogs, so I'd be glad to help anybody if they're interested in being a part of it. You don't have to visit with us. You can go on your own visits, or you can go on our scheduled visits.
Okay, now that's a pretty intimidating term you just threw out there, how you can approve them, but it's really simple. I mean,
It is.
You have a
It's
process.
basic good manners for a dog, and I just have to be sure that that person can handle the dog, and the dog has to get along well with other dogs, and of course enjoy being petted by strangers.
Yes, yes. And you have some quite unique dogs
I
that
do.
you
I
take
do.
around.
I like to have unusual dogs because they're a great conversation starter. I have dogs that people don't usually see. I have 3 Borzois and 2 Afghan hounds that I use, and when I take them to schools and stuff, the kids especially don't know what they are, so they have pretty neat histories too that I like to share with people when I take them
Well,
places.
share just a little bit about the Borzoi.
The Borzois are a very old breed. They have very little genetic defects, which is why I liked them to begin with, because I had used poodles, and poodles are so popular. They have a lot of problems like cancer and hip dysplasia because they've been bred a lot. But Borzois are not, because they are really big dogs, and they need to run, and they can run 45 miles an hour, so you need to have enough property that they can run on. But I like a big dog because I don't like to have to pick my dog up to show it to somebody who might be in a bed or in a wheelchair. They can go right up to their face. And they're very sweet dogs, very gentle, very quiet dogs. But they, in the beginning, only royalty could have a Borzoi. So I'm lucky to be royal enough to have one now.
And you've had a couple of those, haven't you?
I have 3 of those, and I also have an Afghan hound who originated in Afghanistan, and they have a very, very interesting body type, and are believed to have been the dogs that were on Noah's Ark. So they're very old dogs, also the breed is, and very interesting to look at. So I think that people enjoy when I bring them around.
Like you said, it's a conversation starter for
Right.
them, and very good temperament dogs. You
Yeah.
spend a lot of time with your pets.
I do. I do a lot of training. In fact, tonight we're going to puppy classes with the puppy tonight. So he's starting off, but he's been going to work with me, socializing him and stuff. So I hope he'll be a great therapy dog too.
And what breed is he?
He's an Afghan hound.
And what is his name?
His name is Gabriel because he's an angel.
Ah, Well, you spend a lot of time and you're so good to the pets that you have, all of them, and so you're able to take them and share them. And like you say, if someone just wants to become involved or if they want more information, they can find you on Facebook or call you at the shop.
Exactly. I'd be glad for somebody to could contact me, and I'll tell them about the program and meet with them and test their dog. And it's just the testing takes maybe 20 minutes, the initial testing, and then they just go on 3 observed visits with me to a nursing home or somewhere.
Yeah. But now, as far as the public, the general public, if they want you to visit,
Oh yeah,
you'd be glad
yeah.
to. Schools,
We love to go to
daycares.
schools. We have a reading program for children where children that don't read well can come out of the classroom, read to a dog. Dog doesn't care if they stumble over words, and it just is good practice for them to read. And then you know, we do a dog safety program, so we enjoy sharing the dogs.
All right. And I appreciate what you do, really, and it makes a big difference to the Lighthouse. They brag on you. They love to see you coming, and you love to go over there and visit, don't you?
I do love to go to the Lighthouse. We get a really nice response from the people who are visiting and staying there. They're all different walks of life there, and almost all of them enjoy just petting the dogs or talking to us about the dogs. So it's I think it's a good just interruption of their regular day, but it gives them something different to look at.
And you're watching one of the special programs during our telethon for the Lighthouse Adult Daycare Center. All of the sponsors that you see during this program give money toward the Lighthouse. They want to make a difference in our Lighthouse, and we're going to tell you more about it in just a moment. Take a short break and be right back with Cheryl Brooks.
Hi, I'm Luke.
And I'm Olivia.
And we want to invite you to Bailey Custom Flooring.
Come and check out our great selection of hardwood.
We also have a great selection of carpets to choose from.
And you'll love our great selection of ceramic tile.
For all your floor covering sales and installation needs, count on Bailey Custom Flooring.
And you can call us to make an appointment at 478-290-6084.
Dublin Vision Care has been a leading provider of optometry service and vision care products in the Dublin community since 1982, and we want to help you achieve and maintain clear vision for years to come. Dr. Lee Whitaker has over 35 years of experience and offers comprehensive vision examinations and specializes in diagnostic and treatment of a wide array of eye disease, conditions, and problems. Using advanced diagnostic technology and vision correction products, Dublin Vision Care is committed to improving the quality of your life through enhanced vision. Give yourself the gift of clear vision. Schedule an appointment today with Dr. Lee Whitaker. Call today 272-2303. Dublin Vision Care, 714 Bellevue Avenue, Dublin. Portions of this program are brought to you by Flexsteel Industries, America's seating specialist, one of Dublin's leading industries and a proud member of our community. Okay, we welcome you back here with Cheryl Brooks, and we were talking about the Lighthouse Adult Daycare Center and your visits over there. You know, you would go just about every time they invite you to, and usually you're inside and you have a beautiful garden out back that you're able to visit with people in.
Yeah, we usually go inside, and the people who are at the Lighthouse are kind of grouped together with like interest. I think the men kind of sit together and the ladies sit together, and we just go table to table, and they'll tell us about the dogs that they've had or ask us about their dogs. So it's, you know, we're usually there maybe a half hour, 45 minutes, depending on how much they want to talk, and then we go for special occasions, like on Halloween we always go and we dress up and the dogs dress up, and they really get a kick out of that. And then at Christmas we have Santa and the rain dogs, and we go and we take little gifts to them. And everybody, I don't care if you're a child or elderly person, they know who Santa Claus is. And so that's a real sweet visit.
Yeah. And you know, people, ladies and gentlemen, you can tell that Cheryl has a very big heart. She's such a compassionate person. If you don't know her, it'd pay you to get in touch with her and get to know her, learn more about Therapups. You know, one thing, when you meet people wherever they are in life and you share a pet with them, you share an animal with them, a dog, they start telling you about their pet.
That's exactly right. And lots of times people are real withdrawn at these places, but when you can get them talking, you know, it makes them feel better. and I just think it's a good thing for them.
Yeah, it's a common factor. You know, they had a pet and they remember Fido or Fluffy or whatever their dog was, and you can share Gabriel or whichever pet you bring around. And like you say, they're such unique animals, but no matter what type of pet you have, if you'd like to become involved, get in touch with Cheryl, and she'll be glad to help. You can catch her on Facebook, or you can call her out at Brooks Contractor Supply. They'll help you in any way they can. And if she's not there, Mike will take a message for her.
Oh, yeah.
But we want to talk a little bit further now, and you actually have personal experience with Alzheimer's, and your father had Alzheimer's.
My dad did. He died August 15th last year, and it was a hard knowing a family member has Alzheimer's, because they change so much, and you're not. I don't think anybody's ever ready for anything like that, but I think that if we had resources like the Lighthouse and had taken him sooner, that he maybe would not have progressed as quickly as he did, because I feel like it's a good thing to have stimulation, to have a routine, because he just sat at home in front of the television. But at the Lighthouse, they do activities with them. They exercise. They work puzzles. They do art, arts and crafts, and that's good for somebody to keep their mind active, even if they have Alzheimer's or some form of dementia. To keep it working for them.
And keep them busy.
Exactly.
In a way to say that, and they do a wonderful job. They have very qualified staff there, as
Right.
you well know.
They have a large staff there for that many people. And two, it gives the caregiver a break, because my mom was just worn out taking care of my dad. She did have help in the daytime, but my dad would go to bed like at 5 o'clock at night as soon as it started getting a little bit dark. And then he would get up at 2 o'clock. So she was just exhausted. And, if she could have taken him somewhere like Lighthouse during the day, then she could at least taken a nap.
Well, yeah. Or it would have kept him stimulated, and maybe when he had gotten home,
Exactly.
he wouldn't be, thinking, okay, it's the end of the day, or, it's
Right.
getting dark. And like you say, there's mindless things. You can just sit in front of a TV with no kind of programming.
That's right.
Unlike your local station here. But you watch things, and they're just there.
And I don't think they really understand what they're watching.
Yeah.
But if people are talking to them, getting them up, moving them around, it's just like a child. If you had a small child and you sat them in front of the TV all the time, they would stagnate.
Right.
So it's just a good thing for people to have something to do. Everybody.
Yeah, we've heard many stories about the Lighthouse over the last few years of people that just, they get in that routine, and it's actually, am I going there today?
Exactly.
Am I going in there? It may be a different thing for them. It may be a coffee shop. It may be, our group meeting. It may be whatever it may be. But, they go there and they have that interaction, and they at least learn some type of routine on that, and,
Right.
and would like to go. So if you have the issue, or the issue comes up in your family or with your friends, anyone, we have a Lighthouse here in Dublin, Lawrence County, and there's no other adult daycare, as we've said before, from Macon to Savannah. So we're blessed to have it, and it is a nonprofit organization, so we must help in every way we can. And there are many businesses that are helping us throughout the community. We're going to take another short break and share some of those with you, and we'll be right back with Cheryl Brooks. Thanks. Classic Florist and Home Decor is filled with home decor and gift items, from lamps, accent furniture, to prints, home accessories, garden items, and so much more. No matter what occasion you need something for, Classic Florist and Home Decor has the perfect gift for almost anyone. Our professionals make any venue at any budget a beautifully decorated event. Like us on Facebook, log on to our website, or call us at 272-7681. Shop our selection of baby items at Classic Florist and Home Decor, 913 Hillcrest, or in the gift shop at Fairview Park Hospital. Portions of this program are brought to you in part by Dale Nifong, your State Farm insurance agent, located just off Hillcrest at 103 Darcy Drive in Dublin. Call for a quote today. Since the early 1980s, Century 21 Durden Carnegie has proudly served the community's best interest and has grown to consecutively be the #1 realtor in Dublin and Lawrence County. And broker George Durden is proud of his team of agents and recognizes Jody Tanner, Jim Jarrett, Pam Tillery, David Deeves, Beverly Forbes, Ann Adams, Raina Deverly, Betty Helton, Charlene Brantley, Ruth Watson, Jay Brantley, Charlene Lamp, Yvonne Robertson, and Karen Whitmer. All part of a team of Century 21 Durden Carnegie. And broker George Durden invites you to allow his team to serve you today. If you're buying or selling your home or commercial property, call Century 21 Durden Carnegie. And thank you to the community for allowing Century 21 Durden Carnegie to serve you for more than 35 years. And we welcome you back again. We're talking about Therapups, and we're talking about Alzheimer's during our telethon this month. And we appreciate you tuning in. We appreciate you reaching out to these people that you see, these advertisers, these sponsors on the program, and thanking them for what they're doing for the Lighthouse Adult Daycare. They want to make a difference. And so reach out to these different people throughout these programs. But Cheryl, what advice would you give someone if they think that maybe a family member is approaching dementia?
First of all, I would say get help. Don't try to do it on your own because it is exhausting to be a caregiver. And, you have to take care of them enough if you have them at home. Or even in a facility, you still, the caregiver goes and tries to take care of them. And I would certainly recommend a place like the Lighthouse for an outlet for them and for the caregiver to have a life also. And to keep a sense of humor, about, because, they do funny things, they say funny things, and it, they might not mean it, but, don't get all depressed because, and it's no shame in it.
Yeah, I mean, it happens.
It does.
Dementia's happened for many years, but we're able to approach it, I think, and understand it a little bit better now as time goes on. But until it happens to you, you couldn't imagine what you have to go through, and you can kind of share with people what you learned from your mom, and you've expressed to me before now, Cheryl, that she was kind of in denial on that.
Yes.
So we want to share with people, how to approach that and not to be that way.
And I think that that's probably how most people react, a spouse, if a spouse has Alzheimer's, because you want them to be the way they were. She depended on my dad, for all the big decisions at home, and she would still go to him even after she knew he had Alzheimer's and couldn't make those decisions. She would try to make him write checks, and he couldn't even sign his name. And it was upsetting to him when you try to force somebody who can't do things anymore to be responsible. It upsets them. Even as simple as picking out something to eat. They can't think of what they want to eat, and they'll eat whatever you give them. And my mom was like, do you want to do this, or would you like to go here? And he didn't know. He would just say no because he didn't know what she was trying to get him to do. But I think she was a little bit ashamed of it. My dad was a very, very smart man. He when he began to decline, he liked to play the stock market, and he made some bad choices, and so we had to kind of stop the phone calls that he was taking and things like that. But I know it was very sad for my mother. She still, after he died, she regrets some of the things that she didn't do and should have done, and you can't go back.
Right. But we can share with you all, ladies and gentlemen, and if it happens in your family, it's good to learn from others' mistakes.
Exactly.
That's what intelligent people do. So take note in what Cheryl's telling you. That is, thank you for sharing that, because that is so important. The first time you shared that with me, I said, well, we have to put that out over there, because people are going to fall into that, and you want to make everything all right. And as a man, a lot of men don't want other people to know if they have a doctor's appointment or if anything's going on. Some women are the same way, as a rule. But you have to understand, if your spouse is going through things, that you have to step forward. Even if they've been the leader, if they've made that area of decision, you have to just go ahead and be the leader on that and make that decision. Like you say, don't ask them. just lay it all out and do it.
That's
Take
right.
charge. Set an order, set a precedence, and you'll have a lot more peace in your life
That's right.
than to try to battle against something that's inevitable. I believe it's 1 in 3 adults or seniors who are 85 or older will have a dementia. So when you get up to about 83, 84, 85, you know, that's getting a little age on you, as I would say. And, you know, anybody would say that, but, you know, you want to stay healthy, you want to stay active. You know, there's several things you do to stimulate your brain. We've been advised to learn to do things maybe with your left hand, learn to do things, you know, if you're left-handed with your right hand, do things as far as exercises that are a little unusual for you. It helps stimulate both sides of your brain and might be able to help you in many ways. But it's an issue that we all deal with, and we're so proud to have the Lighthouse and glad that you're in our community, Cheryl, and that you do so much for not only for the Lighthouse Adult Daycare, but for people all over. So thank you again.
Thank you. I get a lot more out of it than I put in it, believe me.
Yeah. Ah, that's kind. All right. Well, any other advice you'd like to give people? Of course, get in touch with the Lighthouse and give.
Yeah, if you're in this area and you have an older person or even a young person with mental deficiencies, then the Lighthouse does have some younger people there, and I think it's a great place because I've been in there when they were doing exercises together. They have a media room. It's really a good place and a safe place for people that can't be on their own.
Well said. Thanks for joining us, and thank you, Cheryl Brooks.
Thank you.
We'll see you next time right here.